Today we are doing a tour of Addis Ababa with Abyssinian Nomad. We have a driver, trusty driver. We have our guide right here. And of course we have our professional coffee drinker, Tracy. And it starts with an Ethiopian breakfast.
At Romina.
What's the name of this one?
Chachapsa.
Chachapsa. And this one?
This one is omelette.
Oh, just a
mixed omelette, yeah.
This one is just omelet. Okay, yeah, I get that one. Okay, so just because I'm in Ethiopia, I feel like I have to try Tracy's coffee. I'm probably gonna try a lot of coffee today, even though you guys know I don't really like it. Whew, just the smell is so strong. Oh, that is the strongest coffee I've ever had in my life. Well, that was a great way to start the day. Amazing breakfast.
Very, very good.
Like, I feel like Ethiopian food is a little bit similar to like Indian food in a way, like a lot of spices, a lot of flavor.
Yeah, and still eat with the hands for the most
Yes,
part.
which is the best.
Yeah, it was really good to have a breakfast that was kind of typical.
10 out of 10. Now we're going on top of Addis. So right now we're doing a quick stop on Mount Antoto, and it's 3,100 meters above sea level. Normally you have a beautiful view of the city Addis Ababa, but sadly right now it's a little bit cloudy, but maybe we'll come back later and see what we can see. So now we're doing a quick stop at Entoto St. Mary Church on top of Mount Entoto. And because it's St. Mary Day today, they also have bread, and everyone gets bread.
It was really good.
It's very good.
So today is actually St. Mary's Day, and it's the 21st of every month on the Ethiopian calendar. For us, it's around the 29th, 30th, kind of depends. And because of that, Ethiopian calendar actually has 13 months as well.
So the Ethiopian calendar actually has 13 weeks because every month only has 4 weeks, no matter what. This is how they count it. Salman, that was a good explanation. Kinda, okay. I'm doing my best. So this here might not look like much, but it was actually the first palace of the emperor and founder of Addis, and they actually lived here for about 6 years, and this is where basically everything started from the train fighting the Italians,
Unificator of Ethiopian, unified Ethiopian, infrastructure, building,
infrastructures,
and also education. Health.
So they did a lot from here
Yes.
in only 6 years, and these buildings are over 100 years old already, and they're still standing, very strong.
In the place of African independence.
In the place of African independence. They did a lot here. These kind of experiences, this is why I travel, for the culture, the religions, the people, the food. This is so interesting to me. So welcome to Mercato Market. This is the largest open-air market on the African continent. It employs over 13,000 people and has over 7,000 shops. This is probably going to be my favorite part of this store. Every single day there is hundreds of thousands of people coming to this market to buy things, sell things. There's people everywhere, cars everywhere. Right now we're in the middle of the street, and I couldn't even tell you if pedestrians have priority in the middle of the street or cars.
So right now we're kind of in the spice area, but from what I can see, you can still pretty much buy anything here.
So
Salmo, good thing you're with us because I'm already lost. You know where you're at, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
There's basically two types of banana trees here. Ones that actually give fruit and one that doesn't. The one that doesn't is called forced banana. Basically what this flower is here is they take like the stem of it and then they ground it up into a flour, and that's what they actually use to make their bread.
That's a lot of chicken. Every time you turn a corner, you're in a new environment. We went from spice to different kind of like kitchen stuff. No. Every time you turn a corner, it's completely different. Went from like spice to flour to a place where they actually recycle metal, and now it's cheese. So as you can see around, nothing goes to waste here. They recycle, they fix, they're very, very resourceful people. From the center point, this market goes for about a mile in a bunch of different directions with a bunch of different roads and different alley that connects everything. So if you don't want to get lost, maybe bring a local with you. Well, this market is full of hustle and bustle. It's truly the heart of Addis Ababa. Trust me, it's worth a visit. Tracy, how was the market experience?
Very good.
Right?
It's always interesting. For me, where they're outside of my comfort zone, I'm always preferring going with the locals, so I feel so much better when we do.
Yeah.
And it's fun to experience.
Yeah. It's 10 out of 10.
Up next, we are stopping at the Addis National Museum.
And I'm pretty excited about that museum because this is where the skeleton of Lucy is. So if you pay attention to the dates pretty much everywhere, when it's written in English, it's the Gregorian calendar. So right now we are in 2023, but in Amharic, it's actually 8 years earlier than what we're used to. So I like that calendar because right now I would only be 25, which is very nice. I feel younger here.
2000, yes, 8 years younger.
So we're looking at all the animals too, and we came across the skull of an elephant that's over 3 million years old, and it is massive compared to the elephants that we see today.
So meet Lucy. For the longest time, she was believed to be our oldest ancestor. She was discovered in 1974 and is estimated to be 3.2 million years old. But now, in between 1994 and 1995, they actually discovered Ardi, and now she's believed to be the oldest one. So I'm normally not a big fan of museums, but because Ethiopia is so rich in culture, it's literally where we think the first human lived. It was very interesting. And something else, this here is actually the first car that entered Ethiopia, and it was driven by the emperor. Okay, he probably had a driver, but still, first car in the country.
Time to break for lunch.
I love that this thing is kind of a Addis tour and food tour at the same time. It's the best. So we told them like, no need to bring us into like the fancy places where we bring all the other tourists. We want to go where the local are going. And where we are at right now, the menu is not even in English, so they're gonna order for us. I fully trust them, and I'm hungry.
So we haven't tried Ethiopian beer yet. So this one is the St. George, recommended to us. There's a few. We're gonna try them throughout the time, but ooh, I like that.
This is Ermias' favorite. It's his recommendation. Yeah, it's a very good like lager.
Santi.
Cheers, Santé.
Anamari kondi letinach.
Letinach?
Letinach. Anutur Santi.
So we have two types of meat. We have goat and we have ox, and then the goat is on the injera, and then you have the injera on the side here with the ox.
So it comes with a chili sauce, and apparently it's very spicy, so just a little bit. It's really good. Delicious lunch. Would you say 10 out of 10 would do it again?
100%.
Perfect. Thank you, Solomon, for the suggestions.
You're welcome.
You're the best.
While you are in Ethiopia, you practice like Ethiopian. Like
Okay.
while you are in Rome, you practice.
Exactly. We want the good Ethiopian food. So this church is very special. It's called Beta La Mariam, and basically in the basement of this church, this is where the emperor was actually buried. You really got to appreciate the diversity here in Ethiopia, because right now we're standing in front of a beautiful church where you can hear the call to prayer for the Muslims. Also, in front of the church, they have those massive tortoises, like they're everywhere.
Back in the van. I love that.
So to end our perfect day in Addis, we are at Yod Abyssinia Cultural Restaurant. And basically we're gonna have a beautiful Ethiopian meal, maybe a couple of drinks.
I hear there's a cultural dance coming out later.
Tracy's gonna dance. No.
Yeah, good luck.
Maybe, who knows? So something very popular here in Ethiopia is kitfo. Kitfo. So something very popular here in Ethiopia is kitfo. It's basically raw meat, and it started back in the days, the first time that the Italian tried to take over Ethiopia. And for tactical reason, basically, the Ethiopian didn't want to start a fire to cook their meat, so this is why they started to eat the raw meat. And since then, well, it became a thing. Good job on coming on stage with me.
This place was actually super fun. Definitely recommend you come check it out, especially if you want like the cultural dance with the two. Those guys have the energy just radiating off of them. Good food too.
And the food was really good.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for the tour. Amazing driver, amazing guide, and amazing coffee drinker right there. we had a great day. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
we really
It was a
did.
pleasure.
This is
Hope to
what
see
we
you
want.
again.
This was-
Pleasure.
I'm
Have a good
coming
night.
home
Oh,
with
you
you.
come with me? Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Sure.
So first of all, a massive thank you to Abyssinian Nomads for this day. I cannot recommend those guys enough. It was such a cool way to see and experience Addis.
It really was. And we had an amazing guide and driver. They really add it to the day when you have good people.
2 big thumbs up.
So the two things that really stood out today was Mercado Market and tonight.
Yeah.
The supper and dance and stuff. When I heard cultural dance, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what to expect, and I was like, okay, like, yeah, sure.
To be honest, when they talked about it, I thought it was going to be like a fully touristy thing.
Yeah.
We were the only foreigners in there.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
the energy coming off those guys, man, it was amazing.
They were just sweating and going and like, man.
If you can't tell, he feeds off energy.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to put all their information down below. If you want to experience what we experienced today, highly, highly recommend it once again.
Yeah.
But also if you want to experience something else in Ethiopia, Abyssinian Nomads actually offers different tour around the country. So again, all the information are going to be down below. And otherwise, see you guys
In the next one.